everyone, this is Eliza Lord and I'm going to be teaching your Victory Gardening class with Lovely Living University. I'm really hoping that I am pointing my camera lens at myself right now because it turns out that to do a video my phone won't let me click the little flip it around thing so that I can actually see what I'm filming, and in a moment I want to take you on a tour of the front garden. So I just wanted to do a really quick intro. It's sort of Mr. Rogers-esque, I suppose, to let you know who I am and a little bit of what we're going to be talking about in class. So I'm an urban farmer. I have what you might call a modern victory garden. Having locally grown food can be really relevant in today's society because of food miles and environmental concerns, and also just eating things that are healthier when you have food deserts and chemicals and all the other things that we keep hearing about. And I have about 1/4 of an acre, and you can probably hear it's in an urban area. I live in a 1950s neighborhood, 1940s and 50s. My house was built in the 1940s. Across the street we have a church, we have a synagogue, there's an elementary school next door. It's your typical suburban victory garden area. Perhaps there was a victory garden here at one point. But let me give you a little tour and then I will see you guys tonight in class. So I do a thing called hugelkultur, and for most hugelkultur you don't show the wood and it's covered up, so this wood on the outside is just a retaining wall and edging, but it involves burying wood. Hugelkultur is a German word that just means hill culture, and you bury the wood and it retains moisture and allows you to garden without watering very often, and it also really helps to build the soil. So this bed right here is not fully planted yet. We're still working on it, but you can see some of the plants in it. There's some onions in the front there. There's some herbs behind that, golden anise, hyssop, and fennel, and there's some golden spiderwort, which is actually edible, but we'll be putting a lot of peppers in this bed pretty shortly. So right in the front here, these two evergreen shrubs are called, they're called pineapple guava. Some people call them feijoa. And actually you can see right here I need to replace my potted plants from when they were killed during the winter, and I'm about to do that. But the evergreen plant here, it's really tasty, and I like that it stays green even in the winter. It does get a little bit of cold damage, but it doesn't do enough that you can even see it from the road. So we have lettuces that actually reseeded themselves, lots and lots and lots of strawberries. I have strawberries all over my front and backyard. I actually leave all this chickweed on purpose, but I'm actually in the process of pulling it and putting it along the side of my chicken run and my duck run because I want it to reseed there because they like to eat it, but so does my daughter. So it's a nice edible salad green in the early spring. Right now it's a little too far along to be that tasty. It's a bit chewy. I don't know how well you can see this, but this little plant with these weird little bladder flowers in the front here are sculpit, which is a celebrated plant in Italy. A lot of the victory gardens were in Europe. I'm not sure if Italy had them, but I know that England had a lot of them. We have a huge rhubarb plant here. I'll just put my hand so you can see how huge this leaf is. And it's not supposed to grow where I live, but it likes hugelkultur beds, so it's pretty happy here. I mix a lot of flowers in. My ostrich ferns are just now coming up. They are the ones you eat for fiddleheads. You can see I've got a little bird bath and a whole lot of brassicas, so radishes and broccoli and kohlrabi and things like that, but they're on their way out. It's getting pretty warm here in South Carolina. And we'll go along the front sidewalk here. This is all mountain mint, which is a native mint that smells and tastes like peppermint, and you can use it in all the same ways. It has some really nice blooms, and later in the season it gets this nice frosty appearance. And then we have more edgings of strawberries, some edible flowers, sweet williams, they taste like cloves, lots more strawberries. This is a little perennial arugula. and so it stays, and it also reseeds a bit, but it's a little bit spicier than annual arugula, but it tastes really nice. It's Sylvetta, or the wild type. And the kind of lawn you see here is a plant called mosh, or corn salad, which is really, really tasty. Never gets better, pretty good to eat. And this is my little seating area that I make available to the parents of kids that go to the elementary school next door. And so this is my garden. And I am looking forward to seeing you guys in class.